The Lakeland Finals Rodeo may still be over a week away, but volunteers are already hard at work in preparation for the big event. With nearly 100 cowboys and cowgirls participating in this year's Lakeland Finals Rodeo, there's a lot to get done before the event begins.
All the last minute details is the arena. Getting the dirt in, putting up our banners, getting our hay and oats and everything in place for the livestock that comes for the finals.
This will be the 24th year St. Paul has hosted the finals. Organizers believe it's a huge boost for the town.
Not only the rodeo competitors, their family, their grandparents or whatever, they all come, right? So it brings it's a great economic spin-off for the town of St. Paul. There's no doubt about it, and surrounding area. So
the big week kicks off with the Chambers Rodeo Supper Monday night. Big Brothers Big Sisters staff and volunteers have been working hard all summer selling tickets for their annual trailer draw. And on Saturday at 6 o'clock, the nonprofit group will be rewarding one lucky person with a brand new RV, the grand prize in the lottery. Ticket sales are good so far. The group says they're on pace to raise over $50,000, which would be their third highest to date.
So pretty much on target for where we are at this time of the year. It is a major fundraiser for our organization, and been quite successful because, as I said, this is year 19.
Robinson says the cold and wet weather this summer hasn't stopped volunteers from helping out.
By Saturday, we will have logged 102 days and over 1,200 hours of volunteer time to make it happen.
You only have a few days to get your tickets for the draw. They'll be available until Sunday outside Safeway at the Lloyd Mall. Residents at the Pioneer Lodge Retirement Home in Lloydminster are celebrating a new addition. Yesterday marked the official opening of the lodge's first ever chapel. As Jessica Isaac explains, the room is already being utilized to its full potential.
Plans to open a chapel started about 3 years ago, and now those plans have become reality.
This day is the completion of a dream.
Joyce Bell says she recognized the need for a room like this after an emotional encounter with a resident.
Shortly after I started work here, one of our residents had their son pass unexpectedly, and I had to go and break that news to her in her room. And I had no place to take her so that she felt a sanctuary.
This area used to be the laundry room, but a renovation to the lodge made the space available for alternate use.
When we had these rooms open up because of our expansion, I went to our residents and said, we have these rooms and we can do this with it or that with it, or we could have a chapel. And overwhelmingly, the residents here wanted a chapel.
Pastor Michael Stonehouse was instrumental in organizing fundraisers for the new chapel, which collected over $5,000. The Alberta government matched the money dollar for dollar. Stonehouse now helps with weekly events.
We have Sunday afternoon services here every single Sunday, and then throughout the week we have services, Bible studies, different things that happen, and that's going to be here in the chapel. So this is a wonderful resource for the people of Pioneer Lodge, and for that matter for their friends and family as well.
The chapel provides space and services for the lodge's 139 residents, many of whom donated their own money to support the cause.
I regularly get comments as a new piece of furniture came in, or when the painting was done, or when something was put in place. The residents are truly enjoying it.
Jessica Isaac, New Cap News.
This year's wet July is still wreaking havoc on area farmers. The damp conditions have allowed ergot, a small but highly toxic fungi, to grow on wheat stalk. Emmett Murphy brings us more with this week's crop report.
Ergot is a potentially dangerous infection on wheat. While it is somewhat common to find in fields, it won't ever find its way into your food.
Grain companies will be watching and monitoring it for it very, very closely. They did see it last year, and I guess to say it's back again, but not quite as bad as what it was last year. It doesn't appear anyway. Infestations
are taken very seriously. Industry standards do not allow for grains with more than 0.4% ergot to be distributed.
There's such tight standards, it won't get into the food chain.
Because ergot is so tiny, Shapansky knows that some farmers may be unaware their crops even have the disease.
They should be concerned about it and keep a close eye on the fields, walk some of the fields. And I know a lot of the guys haven't got time to walk a lot of the fields, but even if they just check the outside edges or if they see it in the grain sample.
If the fungi is found, Shapansky says farmers need to take ample precautions to protect the rest of their crop.
They shouldn't be using it for seed for the next year. It should stay in the bin for over 1 year, and then the ergot body will basically die. And also rotation on the next year is very, very important.
Shapansky says wheat crops are behind 7 to 10 days this year. He's hopeful that more sunny weather can bring the delay back within a week. Emmett Murphy, Newcap News.